It's Robin and welcome back. I hope you're in the mood for some thrifted decor because today I'm going to be sharing with you how I've styled some of my recent thrift store finds. I haven't done a video like this in quite a while and I know it's one of the ones that you guys enjoy, so I hope today will be no exception and that maybe you'll get a little bit of inspiration from it as well. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We'll start in the kitchen today with this tiny little window area above my sink. I've had some great luck lately finding some vintage white appliances, so I've grouped them together here on top of a plank of wood, and I think it looks really nice. I've kept things very simple by placing first the mixer and then the blender and then adding in a few little decorative pops of color around them. Nothing overwhelming, of course, so that I can see the beauty of the blender and the mixer, which I love so much. This cup and saucer was passed on to me from my mom. It's a piece of buffalo china that was my great-grandparents. So I decided to add this into the mix and just placed it between the two. And then I had this little flower ball, which I made years ago. So I decided to tuck that right into the top of the cup, and I think it looks really cute. I recently found this enameled shifter that has this gorgeous floral print on it. I fell in love with it right away and knew I wanted to hang it up in this window area. So I just added it to a nail on the side of the wall, and I think it looks absolutely adorable up here, and I would love to find some more of this floral enamelware. I think it is so cute. I love old radios, so when I recently found this one, I was absolutely thrilled, and I thought it would work nicely with this display that I had going on in the window. So I just added it off to the side, added a few pumpkins in front of it, and I think it looks perfect with the rest of the display. Many of you know I love to collect dishes, and one of the brands that I always look for is Syracuse China. So when I found a set of 6 wide-rimmed bowls, I was super excited. I layered them on top of a fluted ironstone plate, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I know I'll be able to use these classic-looking bowls many different ways over the years, which makes me very excited. This new roll-top desk has shown up quite a bit lately, but it is the perfect size for my living room, and I just can't get over how perfectly it fits in here. So of course I wanted to share it with you guys today in this video. I recently found this melt glass vase, which I think is absolutely beautiful, and I thought it would be perfect for one of the cubbies. This book was a great find. It has got a lot of information in it, plus it has some awesome maps in it, so I decided to pick one of my favorite maps and display it on the desk. I've been finding a lot of books lately, and this is a big, huge, chunky dictionary, which I absolutely loved, and I decided to add it to my hutch. So I placed it on the hutch, and then I added a pumpkin on top of it with a little bit of greenery, and that completed this little vignette that I was putting together. With the temperature dropping, I am looking for more of my silver and pewter pieces, so I was thrilled to find this candle holder, and it holds a pillar-sized candle, which is very unique, and I don't have anything else like it, so I decided to add it onto my hutch, and I think it's a nice little piece. And speaking of silver, I found this little covered dish and fell in love with it. I decided to use both pieces, so I offset the lid to the side, and then I added a pumpkin inside the dish, and then I thought it needed just a little bit more, so I decided to add a piece of dried hydrangea from my yard, and I think that just finished it off completely. However, I did decide to flip the hydrangea over to the other side of the dish, and I think it looks nice that way as well. I am always on the lookout for baskets, particularly a basket that will fit on top of my hutch, which has been very hard to find, but when I found this one, I knew it would work perfectly. I filled it with some hydrangeas to let them dry, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I found this adorable dog in a grab bag, and I just think he is so adorable. So I decided to add him onto my hutch with some other silver items I already have. It's a little hard to see up there, but he's very cute. I found this gorgeous vintage sheet, which I absolutely fell in love with and knew it would be perfect for decorating with in the fall. And I wanted to make some stuff out of it, but I ran out of time. That didn't keep me from using it anyway. So I draped some of it over this chair in my living room. And I was going to make it into a quilt, but I didn't have time. So as you can see, I just used a section of it the way it was as a sheet, and I draped it over the chair, and it looks like a blanket. So that's maybe an idea if you run out of time as well. Use that fabric you found anyways. I did make a pillow cover with it. I did use another section of it on my sofa for a pop of color, and I don't think most people would know it's not a blanket. Another thing that I like to collect are mirrors, and this beveled edged one was absolutely gorgeous. I decided to use it on the shelf above my sofa in my living room, and I just centered it in the middle and then built a display around it. Paintings are one of the things I always look for, and when I saw this simple barn painting, I fell in love and thought it would be the perfect thing to use underneath the shelf above my sofa. I always need a little something here, I feel, to fill up this space that I don't like to leave bare, and I think this is the perfect addition. When I started decorating for fall, I really wanted to use some wood pieces, and I remembered that I had found this chunky candle holder, so I thought it would be perfect for the shelf above my sofa. So then I added that to the mix along with some other wood items, and then just topped it with a candle. And then I thought I needed a little something else, so I added a little sprig of leaves, and I think it's perfect. Since I was using yellow in my fall decor, I knew I had to use this cute little picture with a little yellow stripe. So I added that to the middle, right in front of the beveled mirror that I placed up there. And I think it is so adorable. I filled it with this ball of mums I made years ago. And I think it looks very cute. I found this mirror months and months ago, but I have never found a place for it. And then the other day, I realized that I could possibly layer it in front of the beveled mirror. So of course I had to try it right away. It took me a little bit to find the perfect balance where it wouldn't fall over, but it worked, and I am absolutely loving the look. Alright, so those are just a few of the recent finds that I brought home from the thrift store that I used when I decided to start decorating my house for fall. I think it's just amazing how all those little bits and pieces that I bring home that have no rhyme or reason can be used to create a space that looks very nice and that I enjoy. So that is just inspiration for myself to just keep looking and digging at the thrift store for some amazing things to use in my house. And I hope that this video gave you some ideas and some inspiration that you can use to create a space in your own home that you enjoy with thrifted items. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future videos that I put out. I guess that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I appreciate it, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye now.